Hey everyone, it's Andrew here. So this video I'm talking about Saxo Bank and why I use it as my second brokerage account. And this is for those people not in America. If you're from America, you likely have a range of some great brokerage accounts for almost every country in the world. Even if I was American, my main and first brokerage account would actually be Interactive Brokers. There's a link in the description. But I think everyone should work towards having a second and possibly a third brokerage account. And the reason is I know from experience that brokerage accounts can have major issues. And here are some concerns you might face with the broker. You have to do what's called proof of source of funds. For most of us, it should be easy enough to prove source of funds. But if you have invested in Bitcoin 10 years ago and are now sitting on a theoretical pile of money, well, you will find it far more difficult to prove. But most of the time, you can just show your employment contract or your salary going into your bank account, and that's generally enough. The second thing you have to be careful of is fraudulent activity. And this happened to a brokerage business in Australia called Halifax. So strong management with a good track record is important. It's really important when you invest in a company that a management team has this integrity and not going to be fraudulent. Your brokerage account is exactly the same. You have to treat it the same. And the third thing to watch out for are the high maintenance fees. And this will hurt your overall performance substantially. Even just the trading fees being hidden, like in Robinhood or something like that. If you're placing market orders, they belt you on the when they're selling your order, the deal flow onto the next person, you get a bad rate. So you really just have to understand how your brokerage account works to make sure you minimize those fees. Anyway, if I was American, I would aim to have Interactive Brokers as my main account and probably Charles Schwab as my second account. I think they are the next best based on their track record, their fees, and the management. Now, I know a lot of my viewers are from England and Canada, and if I was British or Canadian, I don't know enough about the players in those spaces, but I'm sure there are some good options for a second account. If not, maybe Saxo is a good alternative. Now, I think the best thing about Saxo is that the platform is just really simple to use. It's easy to make an investment, handle your voting rights, and contact their customer support. So this is what the Saxo trading platform looks like. It's called Saxotradergo. Now I have a window open here called watchlists, and this is where I have just a list of companies that, I don't know, we've got Apple, Meta Platforms, Alphabet, lots of different companies here, things that I've put on there for whatever reason. It's a watch list essentially. So I can see the percentage change for the day. I can see the current, the last traded price. So that's, the market's open right now. That's why the blinking lights are happening, because the prices are changing. Like this is live. Now over on the right hand side, I've got a trade ticket opened. So this is where, like, I've got here Markel Corporation. So if I wanted to make a trade, I would actually just press the little trade button and open up this new window where it says there's a trade ticket here. And I can buy, I can set the type of order, whether it's a stop, a trailing stop, a stop limit. There's lots of different options here. Please stick to limit orders. Generally speaking, look, for highly liquid companies with a lot of trading volume, you can probably get away with doing a market order and you're going to be probably okay, as long as you're a long-term investor. I prefer limit orders. I just generally prefer that, because what's going to happen is the price that you set, this $1,383.40, that's the price I'm going to get. I'm not going to get $1,386 or anything higher than that, because I've set a limit order. With a market order, it's not necessarily going to give me the price that I want. It's going to depend on what other people, who wants to sell and at what price. So I like to keep it at limit orders because I know what I'm getting. But look, if you're a long-term investor, it's okay to put market orders in, I think. So I want to buy, there's a shares. Another thing here is duration. GTC means good till cancelled, and that's how I normally do it. You just place the order and through it goes, and it's really simple. That's it. That's all you have to know. Now, another really important thing that you'll need to know is the adding and withdrawing money. So you just click over on the little figurine of a human here, and you just go down to where it says deposits and transfer. And all I'm going to do here is, this is where I'm going to either withdraw funds. So I have a bank account here already set up, and I can just literally type in the withdrawal amount that I want. Just type it in here. Let's say I want to take out $4,000, I don't know. And I can just press boom, transfer. That's it. It's as simple as that. The money will arrive in my bank account the next day as long as I have cash in this balance in my Saxo Bank trading account. The $4,000 will come straight to my account. That's it. That's all I have to do. So it's really simple to use. All right, so the things I like about Saxo are I get access as an international investor because I'm based in the Republic of Georgia. And for those in strange countries like me, you will quickly find that most brokers don't want us. And that is really frustrating. Interactive Brokers and Saxo allow many countries, and that is important for those of us that are not living in America, Canada, or England. Another good thing about Saxo is it gives me access to many markets. So Hong Kong, Tokyo, London, Australia, Amsterdam are all able to be accessed inside of Saxo. I can also get access to the options market, but that's mostly for liquid American companies. I was able to sell put options into Alibaba here inside of Saxo, and the fees were comparable to Interactive Brokers. And I really just like how simple it is to use. But there is one thing I really don't like about Saxo, and is that fees are higher. They're higher than Interactive Brokers. That's why I really prefer Interactive Brokers, mostly because of the fees. Also because only €100,000 cash balance is government guaranteed. So if something was to happen with Saxo, only €100,000 is protected from your cash balance. And that compares to about $250,000 for most of the American brokers. Now, Saxo also charge fees for holding ADRs. Like I said about the transaction fees, are just higher compared to Interactive Brokers. There's other account keeping fees as well. I just don't like all the maintenance fees and things like that. So overall, the fees are just far worse than Interactive Brokers. Simple as that. I much prefer Interactive Brokers, but I still have a Saxo account as my secondary account. And the reason I do that is because, well, look, what if something happens with Interactive Brokers? Maybe they get hacked. Maybe they're actually fraudulent. Maybe they change the rules and don't allow me to be an investor on their platform anymore because I'm a Georgian resident. Maybe something political happens out of my control. So I think it's just prudent to have a second account, even if the fees are a bit worse. So there you go. Saxo is a good alternative for a lot of people out there. I hope you think about getting a good broker account. Be careful with the Robinhoods and other brokers that only have a few years of experience. Look, that is scary in my opinion. We already take enough risk investing into companies that we don't need to have huge extra risk investing in poorly understood brokerage accounts as well. All right, I hope that helped. Thanks for staying to the end, and I will see you in the next video.